Hi guys, this tutorial is going to show you how to create an update banner. An update banner is basically leverages the idea of that an update can be pinned as an announcement, and you can use that to put access to things that you'll use throughout the entire year as kind of like a course banner with accessible links built into it. So first, let's understand what updates are. We have our materials section where we put all of our content in. And then we have our update section. The update section is a way for us to kind of make announcements to the courses. So as I want to send things out to the kids, I can make my announcements. And when I post it, it gets posted in the update section of that class for all students to see. When a student is looking at their page, right, when they sign into your course, they'll see your section, but they'll go, oh, I also have an announcement. When they look at it, they'll see your announcement here. Depending on your course settings, they can post their own announcement, they can reply, comment and like. There's all kinds of different things you can do with the updates. The purpose of this video is to see how can we take that update and pin it to the top. So this is an announcement, right? But if we want it, it's an update. Let me be clear. It's an update to the class. If we want the update to be an announcement, then what we need to do is, I'm going to go back as my teacher. So in my updates, if I create an update, so I'm going to call this announcement, and we'll call it number 2 so you can see the difference. If I come right down here and I click on this little plus kind of exclamation here, if I check the box next to the bell, that marks it as a course announcement. And watch the difference here. When I post this now, you're going to see that it goes into, and let's look at it from the student's view, but it goes into the updates page. So the student will come in and they'll go, oh, I have updates that I haven't read, and they'll click on it and they'll see the announcement here like they normally would. But notice it's also pinned, and that's what that little pin was. It puts it at the top of any page that I go on. So we can leverage this knowing that if we click on materials, then I still have that announcement up top here. So yes, you can make an announcement, and if you really need to see them, need students to see it, do that little bell symbol so that it puts it up on top. They won't be able to miss it, and they'll see that announcement right at the top of the page. But what I want to show us how to do is how to take that and make it so that we could leave it up year round and kids could access that with different links and things that they do all the time. So if I navigate back to my updates page as my teacher self, what I'm going to see is that I can go in here and I have my rich text editor where I can type up my announcement. But know that we can also insert links inside of here. So if I go to this insert content, right, maybe I want to link back to the Plano Middle School, right? So I could call this whatever I want, school home page, right? And when I put that link in, right, it's going to put that text in. Now it's an active link. Well, I could put in as many links as I want to, so I'll do one more so we can see here. I'll put in a link to, we'll put into Google here. So I could say this is my Google link, right? When I insert that, I've got these links that we can do here, and if I want to pin this as an announcement and then I post it, see how it's going to add that announcement up into my course page. So when a kid comes in and they're on the materials page, they'll see this announcement up here. The thing is this does not look very user-friendly to a student. Yes, they would have a link to school homepage in Google anytime they wanted it, but this doesn't look nice. It doesn't catch the eye. That's not good online teaching. So what we can do is, if we go back to our updates, when we're building that announcement here, instead of just inserting text, let's visually set it up like it's a banner that we're going to want kids to see and interact with. Now here's the catch. Their rich text editor for updates does not have as many features as their page editor. So here's what I'm going to ask us to do. Click on materials, and we're going to click add materials, and we're going to add a page. And we're doing this just so that we can access this rich text editor that has more things in it. So one of the things, and we're going to call this our banner update page. One of the things that this has that the other doesn't is the ability to put in a table. So let's just put in maybe a 3x2 table so you can see the difference here. And you can resize this to set across, but we're going to go pretty wide with our banner. And I'm not going to take the time to do each individual image with you, but I want you to understand that the idea here is now you can set this up however you want it. So we can put our link in the middle, and I'll just label it. You know, we have link 1. You could put in link number 2. You could put in link number 3. And so you can have all of these things that are links to different content or tools that you use all the time. I know if I was doing it, I would link out to Socrative because we always go there on the fly. So you can build this to have links to access things that you want. And you don't have to just put words, right? You can insert images too. So if you come to the insert content, you can put an image in. If I have, let me see, I bet I have a link here somewhere. So here, if you have a logo for something, you can open it up and you can insert that image. You can resize it. And that image then, if you go back and you insert a link on the image, you can turn that image into a link. Now, here's what I want you to see. How does this all kind of fit together? Well, when we create this page, let's just finish it so you can see how it would carry over. When I have this page, if I just view it as the page view, you see I've got this set up, and we would make this look nice. I'm not going to take all that time with you, but you can go, and once it's all set up, you can edit that page, and if you just do Command A and then Command C, you can copy everything that you set up. And now if you go to your updates, you can come in here to this rich text editor and paste it in, and see it's going to paste in exactly what I created back over in that page. Now if I say that this is going to be an announcement and I post it, what you're going to get for students is when they come into your course now, above all of their content will be links to things that they use all the time. So this can be commonly quickly accessed things above your content so that you don't have to put that link into every unit that you're doing. It can just be a standard thing here. Now, you're going to want to take time and make this how you want it to look, but here's some help that I've given you. So if I go back to my course page, and I'm going to go back to that materials, to that banner update page, so that I can edit it, and you can hide that from students when you're all done. I'm gonna actually just delete out so you can see what a page like this might look like. If you go back to our Schoology resources that I've given you, one of the links that I gave, and I think I put this way down at the bottom in our additional resources, is I have this link. It's way at the bottom. It's to logo buttons. And if you use this and you open up the copied Google Doc that it gives you, and it'll take a second because I'm forcing a copy of it. But what I've done is I've given you, and I didn't make this, but I found this that someone else had made. And basically what it is pre-created button links. And with it copied, you go over to your Schoology page, go back into your updates. You don't have to put this in a page because I've already got the table for you, but you go into your updates and you can paste in those button links, and I can make this bigger to see, but I can shrink this table, I can shrink my images, and I can take the time to really set up exactly what I want my students to see. But when I do this now, and I tell it to be an announcement post, and I post it, see, the kids now are going to get, every time they come to my materials page, they have these working active buttons that they can click on to go to the different sites. Now, if you really want to make your layout look nice, I recommend, instead of just putting it straight into an update, go back into your banner update page, paste it in there, and then do all of your arranging and whatever it is you're going to do with your sizing, your layout, your colors, if you were going to put like whatever you're going to do here, if you're going to put maybe borders around it, or change how you want that to look, if you want to insert different colors or styles or text, like do all of your arranging of it here. Maybe you don't want those buttons in a table. Maybe you want to delete the table entirely and you just want these buttons kind of separated out a little bit. You can do this however you want to. The idea is you're creating here what students will have constant access for. So again, get it set up how you want, copy it, go to your updates, and when you're ready to have students access this kind of material, post in there, set it as announcement and post it, and again you'll have however you set it up to look is what will be accessible to students. And I'll look at it as Mr. Green one more time here. He will have access to these working linked buttons anytime that they go to this page, as long as you paste in straight from that Google document, the links will carry over with it. Now if you just find your own pictures and you just put them in on your own updates, then you're going to want to make sure that when you are editing it, and I'm Mr. Green, you're going to want to make sure when you're in updating it that if you found your own pictures that weren't pre-linked, that you are coming in here and telling them that they should have a link attached that they have a website attached to them so that they. And if you do this throughout the year, you can update this as needed, but you'll have working links at the top of any page so that kids aren't constantly having to dig through folders to find things you use all the time. If you want any custom help with this or personalization on this, reach out to me. I'll be happy to help get you set up on this. But this is a great way to give students access to regular materials. All right, thanks guys.